It was the 125 match. Michigan State, probably the surest thing that Michigan State wrestling has had this year at 125. And true freshman Rayvon Foley. Freshman from enemy territory in Ann Arbor Pioneer High School.
I was thinking about that when they were introducing. I know he's from Ann Arbor, but every time I hear it, we got a steal, I'll tell you that.
Totally.
When I say we, excuse me, I mean the Michigan State Spartans got a steal.
Rayvon is 19-6 this year as he's wrestling Johnny Jimenez, the senior. So freshman versus senior.
And there you see the brick come out. Roger Chandler immediately, no question about it. So J.R. Johnson will come over. And they will review the takedown. Michigan State says it wasn't a takedown from our angle. Curious.
Jimenez from Wisconsin, a four-time state champ in high school, and has been Wisconsin's starter at 125 since the middle of his sophomore season. So a lot of experience versus some inexperience here for Rayvon Foley.
So now this is under review, and this is NCAA wrestling evolving. Previously, J.R. Johnson would come over and he would review his own call. Now it's another individual reviewing, so it's not the referee that made the call that's actually reviewing the call.
Yeah, we have a replay official sitting just down from us here at the table, and he's looking at it right now.
That's good to see, because if you think about it, you make a call, how many times are you gonna say, I was wrong? Especially if you're on national TV. So it's good to see that they have a third party step in, and we'll see what he says.
There's Coach Roger Chandler in his second season, but has been a part of MSU wrestling for 21 years as an assistant, now the head coach, and just really doing a great job building. As Olivia talked about in the open, you know, the 5 wins in the duel Friday night at Bloomington were all by freshmen. So the future of Michigan State wrestling under Coach Chandler is very, very bright.
And you can already see the impact that he's had on this program a year and a half into his tenure. And that's what it is. He's changing the culture of the program here at Michigan State. You're seeing it. They had 150 alumni come back for a tailgate earlier in the year, and that's not something that you saw previously when Coach Tom Minkle was here.
Coach Minkle was the coach for 25 seasons before hanging it up 2 years ago, and they're still reviewing this call. Really taking a long, hard look at this. I know that the complaint with replay in other sports, especially the NFL, is that it slows down the game. They just need to look at it a couple times, the argument is.
So you're going to see what they were questioning is Jimenez had the snap go behind, and you see here he has that ankle, but Rayvon Foley, was there ever control there? And there is no reaction time in college wrestling. So curious what, I could see it going either way. That's such a...
And remember, the call on the mat was a takedown. So as in everything else, it's got to be indisputable to be overturned. So we get a look at the 23rd year head coach from Wisconsin, Barry Davis, who has 231 wins and has coached 8 Big Ten champions and 22 All-Americans. So very experienced, very accomplished on the other side for the Badgers today.
And very animated. If you haven't had an opportunity to see Barry Davis coach in person, it's something to see. It's impressive. He probably loses more weight per match than the wrestlers actually wrestling. That's how into these matches. I mean, he's invested in these kids. And it shows how animated he is.
Everybody getting kind of restless in here in Jenison, waiting for this call. Looks like they might have made a decision. Being explained to Coach Davis right now. And I'm sure Coach Chandler will get an explanation as well. So we didn't get an explanation, but I think they took the takedown off the board. They did, yes.
So they had 3 seconds. What referee J.R. Johnson was saying is they had 3 seconds on the riding time after they gave the takedown. So what they did was remove the points for the takedown along with the 3 seconds of riding time, so we're back at 0.
It's a long time to get back to 0. Rayvon Foley was the Spartans' lone victor a week ago here against Penn State, the #1 team in the country. Has been just a really, really bright spot for the squad all year long.
Now, if you're a coaching staff for Michigan State, you have to wonder how long is Jimenez going to be allowed to continue to back up for as Rayvon Foley gets in on a head outside single. Coaching staff for Michigan State wanting a stall call, but let's pay attention to the feet of these wrestlers. Who's constantly moving forward versus whose heels are continuing to move to the out of bounds line. And that has to be something that's what wrestling is trying to get away from, is the defensive style wrestlers.
There's a nice takedown by Rayvon Foley as he continues to wrestle on top of Johnny Jimenez.
And that's what Rayvon Foley prides himself in, is pushing the pace. And that's why you see he has 19 wins on the season. And if you look at the guys who continue to push the pace in college wrestling, you're going to see more wins than losses. Just style it's great to see. It's exciting to see, and you just saw that big lift right there. That's what the fans want to see. So good job for Rayvon Foley.
Big booms on the mat is what some of these people are here for today. So we are under 10 seconds in the first period. And time runs out after a very lengthy first period was interrupted by a review. And Rayvon Foley with 1 takedown leads it 2-0. As you see Jimenez there, 2-time qualifier. So experience versus inexperience, as we mentioned earlier. Has been a winner his entire wrestling career, as Johnny Jimenez, 4 times in high school and also in his career here at Wisconsin.
Foley staying on his feet. And you mentioned experience. Foley's young, but you notice the experience to stay in bounds. Stay on his feet, try and get that stall call. But then the experience of Jimenez came in bounds, or excuse me, came into play when he knew exactly where he was, pulled Foley out of bounds. We get a fresh start.
And Rayvon, a true freshman, but does not wrestle like one. Wrestles like a seasoned veteran out there.
Look how hard he's breathing. When you tell someone not to leave anything on the mat, that's what you want to see.
Just working his butt off.
One point for the escape, but Jimenez, that trail leg was actually on the stage, and once a wrestler's body part touches anything aside from the mat, the match is automatically stopped and we get a fresh start. And this is where I said earlier, the Spartans have to continue to work on getting stall calls on the out of bounds line, and that's great to see right there. Because that's what you want to see as a coaching staff.
The coaching staff is not, Michigan State coaching staff is not very happy with our referee right now.
They wanted 2 stall calls there. I'm not sure if they knew they got the first one. But in this day and age in college wrestling, if you get the defensive wrestler on the out of bounds line, you have to learn to shoot them out. Those stall calls, they're given away like candy on this out of bounds line, and you have to work it to your advantage. They want another one.
Yeah. Wisconsin staff not happy with our referee either after they overturned that takedown. The wrestlers are out of bounds again. With 19 seconds remaining here in the second period.
And there goes
There's
a second.
Another stall call.
So we got a stall call. So Foley was awarded the 1. Jimenez gets the takedown, so he's awarded 2. So our match score is going to be 4-2.
I'm not sure our scoreboard operators saw the 2 given by our referee, which was at the buzzer for Johnny Jimenez just about.
I don't know if I agree with this call from Barry Davis. Going neutral. He wants a takedown.
Davis kind of known for his aggressive, coaching his wrestlers to wrestle aggressive. Rayvon Foley holding on to a 2-point lead here as we wrestle into the third period in our 125 bout here at Jenison Fieldhouse.
And I'm impressed with the...
And there's 2 more points for Rayvon Foley. Jimenez got way off the mat.
I was just about to say, I was so impressed with Jimenez and the mat awareness to know exactly where he was. He was 1 step away from not giving up that takedown. And Foley just started with his right leg up, opposite side. So he got a caution in the coaching. He's laughing. Talk about having fun out there. Now on the out of bounds line is Foley. Drops to the out of bounds, or excuse me, drops to the ankle.
Rayvon Foley has great mat awareness. You can just tell he knows exactly where he is at all times.
And that's key. I mean, you saw it right there, 3 seconds. He said, I'm not gonna risk it giving up a stall call, so I'm gonna get out. He could have waited till it got to 4, but he's backing on a shot.
It's another takedown for Rayvon Foley. Now, Rayvon's going for some bonus points now.
How many times are we going to see J.R. Johnson do the action call? That might be the most that we've seen this year. You're getting their money's worth, I'll tell you that.
So we're under 20 seconds in the third period here in this 125 bout. And Rayvon Foley is gonna take this one by a final of 8-4. That'll give the Spartans the lead here in the duel after 3 matches. Or I'm sorry, after 4 matches, the Spartans lead Wisconsin 7-6, and Rayvon Foley picks up his 20th win of this true freshman season.
And continuing to stay on the offense was Rayvon Foley. Picked up a couple of takedowns, and as the coaching staff, you see Roger Chandler smiling. You have to be happy with that performance from Rayvon Foley.